Hey folks, it's Jake Davis, an On the Fly review for you and Sam, talking about Fathers 2. Released earlier this year, directed by Rosalind Ross, starring Mark Wahlberg, Mel Gibson, Jackie Weaver, Corey Fern, and Malcolm McDowell. Damn, still not hot. What's in my heat? My heat's not heating. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to make some French fries here tonight, but my damn oil just ain't getting hot. I think I might have got an electrical issue here. Anyhow, hey, I might get electrocuted live on the thing here. Anyhow, whole deal with this movie is based on a true story, and Mark Wahlberg plays a guy who was a boxer, he's a leg breaker, and he got himself involved with a girl basically in order just, to get him some. There we go. And, to get him some. Get some, boy, get some. But, ended up actually finding God through tragedy and pain and suffering. And, it was just the whole thing is a true story about this guy finding God and eventually becoming a priest. Look, I've not hidden my own personal religious beliefs. I am a Christian. I'm certainly not a good Christian. I'm not a person, if you want to talk about Jesus, I'm not the guy you would want to pull up a chair and listen to. But, I do believe it does not come from growing up in the Bible Belt. It's in spite of that. I went through some. No, I'm not going to go onto it here, but a lot of people go through hard, difficult, traumatizing times, far worse than what I did. So, I don't go around asking for sympathy for anything that's ever happened to me in my life, but at the same time, the tragedies and pain that I went through made me a stronger person. I think that's important to know. Because I think the old saying, it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. That's legit. That's. I thought this movie had strong religious themes of healing, of self-betterment, of second chances, of forgiveness, of grace, frankly, and glory. It hit on some strong, heavy religious themes. And it's actually the movie I've kind of, I said before, I did a video, I believe, last year, maybe 2 years ago, around Easter, of what I thought were the best religious movies of all time. And it was easily Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ. But, I think this movie was very powerful, very emotional. Mel Gibson's amazing performance in this. And there is even more impressive performance from Jackie Weaver. I do think Mark Wahlberg was miscast as the lead. I like Mark Wahlberg. I really do like Mark Wahlberg. I always have. But he should not play. There's three areas of the world that Mark Wahlberg can play characters that are from. He can play characters from Boston, from South Boston, and from other Boston. He can't play anyone from anywhere else. He can't play Canadian. He can't play Texan. He can't play someone from Guatemala. He is from Boston. That man's from Massachusetts, and even a very certain specific part of Massachusetts. That being said, I thought This movie was powerful. It was endearing. It was emotional. It had a terrific script, some great acting. Uh, had some good. I mean, not to give any spoilers away unless you know the true story or have seen the film. I thought its makeup effects in the latter half of the movie were very impressive. Uh, but yeah, there we go. I would recommend this movie to people. And what my problem with movies like what's it called? God's Not Dead. I thought it had kind of a cop out, preach to the choir third act. You know what I mean? And even that aside, the subplot of the two preachers trying to get out of town was the best thing about the movie, anyways. And then the movie, can't remember what it's called. Greg Kinnear. Heaven is for Real, I think. Best thing about it was Kinnear's performance. I've said for years before that Hollywood used to make terrific movies that were spiritually driven. Ben-Hur, Ten Commandments. These are masterpieces and some of the most successful movies of all time, and certainly the most successful films of their time. It's just a matter of who's talented. It's not what's a better story, what's compelling. It's what's the story that the talented people want to tell. I mean, you hear Peter Jackson talk about making The Lord of the Rings. Had no idea it was supposed to be a Christian allegory. It didn't matter. He knew a good story. He wanted to tell this story. Same thing with the Best Picture winner of the year after that had the same situation. Clint Eastwood making $1 Million Baby. I know it didn't dawn on him that it was a Right to Die film. It was a Kevorkian porn, but it didn't matter because he saw a good story, and that's what makes important filmmaking. It's not about the agenda or the narrative or what you want your audience to walk away thinking or blaming themselves about. It's about what is the experience, what is the story that you want them to go through. Is it adventurous? Is it humorous? Is it tragic? And I thought this movie did a fantastic job for it, so I absolutely have to praise the makeup effects, the cast, even Mark Wahlberg, because he produced it. The movie wouldn't have gotten made without Mark, so you gotta praise him to a degree, even though he only plays lead because he put the money up for it. But the script, the cast, the makeup effects, I thought this is a very well made movie, and I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I thought it was terrific, wonderful. I put myself off on it for watching it for a while, and I'm glad I finally did sit down and watch it because it was a very powerful movie that definitely worked on me, and I recommend it highly. Anyhow, I'm going to get back to cooking these here French fries. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.